when things happen, and things do happen. Adversity strikes, not the way we wanted it to, and certainly disappointed. But now we got to handle it the right way, and that means that we have to not accept it. We have to learn from it, and we have to become a better team because of it. And that'll be our approach moving forward.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, how does it get to this point early where they fall down and can't ever seem to make that push to really get back in it?
I didn't think I thought we were a step late defensively to start the game, step late to the ball. You know, we're a team that needs to be ready to start possessions. That's what's made us a good defensive team at times early in the year. We weren't ready. We're a step late. We allowed them to reverse the ball easily, enter easily. And then they drove us middle early, and then they found a rhythm with easy shots. And, you know, they got belief and rhythm, and then we kind of felt like we were playing from behind. We didn't shoot it well early. We got very stagnant offensively, and, you know, now all of a sudden there's a lead, and we're pressing, and the zone bothered the lineups that we had to play with on the floor tonight. We haven't played offense with a lot of the lineups we were playing tonight, and that's not an excuse by any means. It's not. I'm not in the excuse business, but we had a lot of stagnant. We're trying to run action that we've worked on and put in, but we have people in positions that never been in, and we had a lot of busted possessions tonight.
Was there just a lack of positioning on those actions to beat the zone, or was there something else going on to really to flummox you guys with
Well,
those
when you
defenses?
score 56, it's more than one thing, right? I mean, we weren't able to penetrate the zone. We weren't able to get the ball to the middle of the zone. We weren't able to get the ball in the interior of the zone, around the basket. There were times that we had possessions that we didn't even make efforts to do that, and then there were times we did and turned it over, or missed a shot, and that type of thing. So there's quite a bit of it, but again, we have to learn from it, and we have to grow from it, and block out the noise, and get our butts back to work.
Day-Day, what did you see from your teammates' energy and effort? It looked like you and Sincere gave a spark there in the second half, and then Easton just kind of kept pulling away a little bit.
I mean, yeah, at the start of the game, we didn't come out and play hard like we were supposed to. And, they came ready to play. They played hard. Credit to them. We didn't get it done. I mean, they played hard. It was a tough team tonight, so we just got to learn from it, watch film. Let's get better.
Is it a product of going into a holiday? Anything that you can clasp at West that makes you kind of think of why the energy has been kind of lacking over the last two games to start?
I don't have any type of narrative there. There's an expectation when you put the jersey on. We understand that. We got to make sure that we bring that every time we hit the floor.
I know you're down two guys, but what are your concerns with the rebounding last two games? You're not rebounding.
Yeah, it's concerning, right? And I think we need those guys back. You know, again, I'm not in the excuse business, but we're missing. If you look at the roster we put together, we're missing three of our top front court players. You know, with Jalen Haynes and Baba, and now Jalen Celestine. These are all old, experienced guys, physical guys. So, you know, that obviously is an incredible effect on our team, but it's not an excuse. We got to collectively figure out how to, you know, bridge those gaps, and that's the job that we have, and that's what we'll attack.
The offensive fouls tonight and just kind of the overall times they went to the free throw line, were you kind of happy with the physicality? Would you like to see it come down a little bit? What did you think about that in terms of the on-ball defense?
I thought in the first half we weren't physical. There were only 2 team fouls. We had a chance to take one at the end of the half. I tried to signal that in, but I told Day-Day not to foul because I didn't want him to be in foul trouble. I know he didn't have any, but you're down double figures. You know how the game could continue to play out. I didn't want him to get one, but nobody else was in foul trouble. I told us to take, and I also thought we might get a steal or something, just being aggressive on the ball. And then we fouled at the end of the half there. But the first half, I hated our aggressiveness, activity on the ball. In the second half, I thought it was really good at times. That kind of allowed us to get back in the game.
Another question or two? When you hear boos, is that a hindrance or is that a motivator? Obviously, no one likes it.
You know, I said this to the team in the locker room. You know, you got to learn. You got to learn how to play high-level sports in this town. right? That's what comes with it. This is a professional sports town that gives us great support. I appreciate everybody that comes out to the games. This makes it a special place. I hear our players talking about that all the time. That, man, I played other places. This is awesome. Like, it's Thanksgiving week and people are coming out to games. So I appreciate that. That's what comes with it. But they also cheered their asses off when we played hard and got back in the game. And so, that's what comes with it. That's part of playing and coaching at Cincinnati, and whether it's here, the other big programs in this city, in any arena. And that's just what comes with it. I accept it. If you come here, you got to be able to accept it and deal with it. And that's what it is.
Dede, is there anything you can kind of dig into over these next few days, an extended time between games, as kind of the guy who's been here the longest and can latch on probably the most of what Wes wants to drive home and get you guys back to playing and executing, especially offensively, the way you want to?
Yes, sir. I mean, Thanksgiving tomorrow, the next day, we're going to lock back in, we're going to watch film, see what we need to do better, go back on the court, just take care of business, We got to lock in right now. We got a lot of things to focus on.
Last one, Chad.
Wes, I know you like the talent on this roster offensively. Through 6 games, what is kind of keeping it from getting to where you want it to be?
A number of things, and we'll figure it out. We're very much aware of the things that we have to do. You get into these stretches, which is part of this time of year where you're playing games every other day. It's hard to kind of dive in and correct, but we talked about it after the Louisville game. We were up in the office late at night that night as a staff, and there's a number of things we got to do to become a better offensive team that I think we can help them with as a staff, but we haven't had time to make those adjustments with, games here, 3 games in 5 days. But with some practice time this weekend, we'll start attacking that, and we'll have more time next week as well.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.